Einstein apparently once said, give me an hour to solve a problem, I'll spend 55 minutes on the problem, 5 minutes on the solution.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is with traditional selling is we tend to reverse that.
G'day everybody, welcome back, and I've got Patrick with me again. Patrick Boucousis, hello.
I'm good, John. How are you? Hello to you.
I'm great, thanks Patrick. Hey, you have said something in the past that I sit back and think about a little bit. You said solutions cannot be sold.
Yeah.
And yet we talk about selling solutions all the time.
Yep.
What the hell do you mean?
I must admit, it's one of my pet peeves, driving behind your pet washing solution, your carpet cleaning solution, your tree clipping solution. We've got this sort of solutions mentality, and solutions are bought, not sold. As the buyer, I'm going to be the arbiter of a solution. It's interesting. I often ask the question of sellers, in a given sale, how many solutions are there? And they say, well, it depends how many vendors there are. Well, say there's 5 vendors. Okay, well, 5 solutions. I said, well, are they solutions or are they options? One of them was a solution, wasn't it? The one the buyer bought. The others, by definition, were options. And so, and you might have solved the technical problem. We as sellers, though, what we're concerned about is which one's going to get bought. So we might have solved the technical problem, but we hadn't solved the buyer's perception of value, obviously. Otherwise, they would have bought it. And that is the thing they bought. So I think the fact that we tick off the needs just means that we're eligible. It doesn't mean, though, that we're suitable. And I think...
So that gets us on the dance floor. We're able to have the dance, but
yes.
Whether we're going to win the dance is another matter.
Yes. And I think there's that mentality amongst sellers, and they get crushed when they don't win. They say, but we had a solution. And if you eliminate that thinking and think, you don't know you've got a solution until the buyer tells you you've got one, that makes you continually question and query to discover if, in fact, we have got the solution. Have we really solved the problem here, or have we not?
And part of the way I think about it is we're not selling a solution, we're solving a problem, and we've got to work with the customer to work out how that problem is going to be solved. And for every customer, it's going to be different.
Yes.
Our product is not the solution. The way the product is applied to their specific situation is the solution.
Yeah, absolutely, John.
If they agree that it is a solution.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we are selling a product.
Yeah.
Right, or utilising a product to help a customer solve a problem.
Yes.
And if we can show them that this is going to solve their problem, it becomes a solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me, that's still solution selling. That's what I mean. We are creating a solution for the customer, but it's creating the solution, not bringing something to the table that is already a solution.
Yeah, and I think I prefer the expression inventing or co-inventing with the buyer. So the buyer's buying their solution, not our solution. It's their solution. Yes, I think,
and this is an important subject, because if we get the perspective right, we're there to work with the customer to help them think through how they'll solve their problem.
Yeah.
We're not here dumping a product on them saying this is your solution.
Yeah.
If we use that attitude, we don't build trust. We don't build. They feel no empathy with us.
Yeah.
They're not going to buy us.
Yeah, and I think the problem with potentially with selling is when you think you have a solution, that's the way you behave. And it naturally just puts you into sales mode. I need to justify, defend, and show this person. Instead of, I don't have a solution. I don't know how to solve this problem yet, and I won't know until the buyer said, yes, that's a solution. That immediately changes the way that you interact with the buyer and puts you into that, as you keep pointing out, puts you into questioning mode, curiosity mode.
Good, solid discovery.
Yeah.
And that's where the sale is made,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And in good, solid discovery, it's nothing
Yeah.
to do with your product.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of my favorite sayings is Einstein apparently once said, give me an hour to solve a problem, I'll spend 55 minutes on the problem, 5 minutes on the solution.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is with traditional selling is we tend to reverse that.
Yeah.
We put all the time into the solution.
I think that's a great message. We have to get our mind right when we're engaging with our clients. We're going to make it all about them, and it's their problem and their decision on what the solution is. We can just take them on a thinking journey once we understand the problem to help them perceive what a solution might be. They make the
Absolutely.
decision on the
Absolutely.
solution. Great message. Thank you very much, Patrick.
This episode of Talking Sales is sponsored by the authors of the new page-turning sales novel, The Wentworth Prospect. In the words of one reviewer, it's B2B sales mastery delivered in an ingenious, engaging, and hugely entertaining way. Get it now at your favourite book retailer.